Morning. It's the 25th of June, 2024. It's coming home. It's coming home. Football's coming home. I said. England are playing tonight, so we'll see how they go on. I think they're through anyway.
Feeling stupid?
I know I am. I will be if they don't get through now. Today we're going to talk about Chris Heaton Harris. He's the Northern Ireland Secretary. But before that, Julian Assange, after like 1901 days in Belmarsh prison, he's been released on bail yesterday. And 5 o'clock yesterday, we were on a plane, Stansted Airport, and he couldn't get away from this country fucking quick enough. And who can fault him for that? Locked up for telling the truth, he were. Princess Anne, she's in hospital. Second night, she has just had a second night in hospital. She's got a concussion, and she's been hit on the head with a horse. Can you believe that? Bushed her. It must have been trying to get a kiss. And sad news for her, she's going to miss the state banquet tonight, so she's not fit. She's having a month off work and all. And the good news is for her, she didn't have to queue in A&E. She went through booking back door and go, so to stay away. Not like us peasants. Anyway, Chris Heaton Harris, he's the Northern Ireland Secretary, and he went out doing the media rounds yesterday for Tories. He embarrassed himself on a grand scale on LBC and on Sky TV. But I'm a fan of Michelle Hussein on 4 today, and I'll have to put my glasses on because the flag's blocking the light out. And she holds people to account in a calm and calculated way. And if you listen to her tie Heaton Harris in knots over changing his mind, it just listen to
Brexit is working perfectly at the moment?
I think Brexit is working well for our country at the moment.
Is it working as well as it could?
Everything can work better.
Well, doesn't that show that there perhaps is scope for different agreements with the EU? Certainly many of our exporters think that, and importers.
I think when we went through the Windsor Framework, which I helped to negotiate with the Prime Minister, we started to work out, with the European Union, better ways of doing business, having left the... It's a process. This isn't a straightforward.
Well, exactly.
Yes, no
I think
thing.
that's probably exactly what the Labour Party would say. That there's an ongoing process of thinking about ways that our relationship with the EU could be streamlined.
Who's around the negotiating table? If you've got Keir Starmer, who's always wanted free movement, I can guarantee to you one thing that's going to be on the table will be free movement.
He says he doesn't want free movement now.
But Michel Barnier says he does. And does that mean Keir Starmer's changed his mind again?
Okay. Have you ever changed your mind about anything? Has your party ever changed its mind about anything?
I'm quite sure I've changed my mind about all sorts of things.
So why is it okay for you to change your mind and not for people in the Labour Party to change their mind?
Because it's a fundamental point of principle where Keir Starmer needs to be believed whether he will go for free movement, and he will.
How about HS2, infrastructure of the future?
Yes.
It's not going to happen as planned, is it?
No, because the circumstances have changed, and so the policy changed.
Yeah.
And that's been a completely legitimate point, which is now, I think, agreed by Labour as well, that we made the right choice there for money to be invested into roads, because that's people's priority.
Okay. Again, circumstances change, people change their mind. It's either an acceptable thing in politics for everyone, or it's unacceptable. I think you're suggesting it's acceptable for you, not acceptable for others.
I think I might humbly suggest that in future interviews, when you're asking me this question and I've changed my mind and I'm being criticised for changing my mind because of circumstances, I'll remind you that politicians are therefore allowed to.
But you're not giving that credit to the Labour Party, are you?
No, because I will give it to individuals who actually believe that. But to be quite frank, I do not believe Keir Starmer's changed his mind on this subject.
Yeah, that's how to tie him in knots. Do you think Brexit is working perfectly? Heaton Harris, Brexit is working for the country. No, it's working for fucking rich people in this country because they get that money offshore, don't have to pay tax on it. It's working for the few. And I like the bit about him saying Starmer changed his mind and that's awful. But when the Tories change their mind, it's a good thing. I helped to negotiate the Windsor Framework. I bet they fucking do. What did I do? Carry it forward and make a cup of tea for them. Okay, fuckwit. It's just so good to see Michelle's wit running so far ahead of Heaton Harris as laid Simpson falls flat on his face in a desperate attempt to keep up with her. What an idiotic hypocrite he is. Come on, England, wakey, wakey, turn the megaphone on. Wakey, wakey. How many times? Alright, feedback. How many times do I put this to my mouth and shout and don't turn it on? I'm going fucking nuts. Here we go, don't be alarmed.